Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Gimme That Take, the fastest growing live golf podcast of 2023. Stick around for more takes like this.
It's easily a 7-iron because I use the same iron when I'm on number 3 at College Hill, which is a nice little par 3, 175 yards. I put it on the green, no problem. Like, this should not be an issue. But for some reason, there's a pond 15 feet in front of me, and I'm like, let's just hit it into the water.
Oh yeah, well, par threes, the first 2 yards of every pond on a par three, you're gonna find like 10 million golf balls because more people top. I mean, we've all seen it. Like how many thousands of balls have you seen go into pond, Cheech? Like,
Oh yeah,
never had a chance. Didn't just come up short. I mean, never had a chance. Like line drive, donk, big old chunk. Just that water right there off the tee box definitely gets in most people's heads. And even when you get comfortable and you get a little bit better, in the back of your mind, you remember all 100 that you topped into the water on those holes. And that fear like never totally goes away. I think
it's the ghost of those balls coming back to haunt you.
All right, so this week we doubled our subscribership on YouTube, which is sick, awesome, unbelievable. Thank you all. We love you. Keep coming for the stupid videos all week, and then this mindless nonsense that we do on our show every single Sunday. For the new people, I'm Aaron. He is Jerome. He is Cheech, and the missing party who may or may not join us is Mac. And the four of us have been doing the show for a year now. Just about. We're like creeping
amazing.
Up. And to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, you can check it out and get our first piece of merch, the Give Me That Hat first year edition. So we'll put that link in the show notes. How many hats are we gonna sell, boys? Over under
60, 70,
100.
Yeah, I think we get the triple digits too.
I love it.
I think we can get triple digits. Cheech, thank you for providing the perfect segue from hats to scary golf shots with your 6th grade Halloween costume on.
I'm pretending to be a cornerback in the NFL. I'm not exactly as darker as he is, but it's okay. You can still call me Sauce.
Sauce it is. Jerome, your plans for Halloween this year?
My plan is to get drunk and throw candy at kids.
Fuck you. I have to work Wednesday night or Tuesday night, whatever night it is.
Yeah.
It finally falls on a day off for me. Normally, I don't get out until like 7 o'clock most nights, so I'll actually be here to
throw things at kids. That's awesome.
Throw things at kids. Where I live, nobody comes around anyway, so I'll wind up sitting there and eating the candy myself and drinking Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
That sounds like the most wonderful.
Right there.
It sounds like the most wonderful evening ever.
Yeah. Hey, you could feel free to join me if you skip out on work.
I can't.
He's got to work.
Unfortunately.
I'd love to. I wish.
Someone's got to hang signs. Bill, what are you
doing rail?
Oh, you're doing rail. You're doing rail.
Okay. I'm railing.
Someone's got to sling rail.
You look like you sling rail.
I technically pound rail, but it's okay. Yeah.
I didn't know you went to jail. Oh, that's interesting. It's amazing.
Jesus.
Good for you. Good for you. Speaking of pounding rail, where's Jay?
Where's Jay? Oh, man. All right. Scariest golf shots. And there's like a million ways to play this. We can play this as what is the scariest shot you've ever had to make in your life or take. We can do this as what's the scariest shot you've ever seen someone try to take, or like what shot is so scary that you actually want to give it a shot, like somewhere down the line. So what's the hole at St. Andrews? Like 16, 17, 17th hole at the old course, St. Andrews, where you got to hit it up over the hotel to get it down to the fairway.
That's
17,
that's 18.
Right? Is it 18?
No,
18 is a double
18,
wide.
18. It's the hotel's on your right.
Yeah,
that's where if you have your Shankopotamus going, you're gonna hit the hotel on your right. But yeah, you're right. The fairway is a million miles wide, but that's the one where the hotel comes into play.
Yeah, you got to hit it up over the house or the hotel or whatever. I would love to hit that shot. I'm not hitting a cut. I'm going right at I'm aiming right at that sucker. Did we play a course one time?
Bounce it off, right?
Geez, didn't we play a course
Dude,
one time?
World Tour has it.
Yeah, but they don't have the
World-
hotel.
No, they have condos instead of a
Yeah, the
hotel.
condos. Yeah. Was that World Tour? Remember that one tee shot? I remember World Tour.
We're standing on the bridge that's the hole. That's
I remember.
the hole.
He's trying to show me like I wasn't there.
Well, you
You're
might
showing the people.
No, you might. Oh, showing the people. But
Welcome to his
might,
world.
Aaron might forget.
I don't remember hitting it over anything though, but I feel like we played in another course. I feel like we played another course somewhere where we had to actually hit it, like where there was like a building that was kind of really close to the tee box, and I feel like you hit it. I feel like you hit the building. That's why I'm telling the story, because I feel like we all teed it off, and I think you nailed the side of the building. And I think not only did you nail the side of the building, but I think on your second shot, because the ball came back to like the rough, I think you hit the building twice before you actually got it around the building. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if maybe that wasn't you. Maybe
it's impressive.
You used to slice the shit out of the ball, man. You were a banana.
I used to have the banana ball. No, I can do it on command now, which is kind of nice. When I need it, I can do it.
Yeah. Old habits die hard. Anyway, yeah. Jerome, your first full year of golf, what was this? What was the what did you find to be like the shot you never wanted to hit? That scary one.
Since you guys started talking about it, I'm like sitting here thinking I guess maybe I don't think of it that way. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm so excited to, be better at playing golf than I was before. I mean, obviously I'm not, any of your guys' level, but I'm definitely better than I used to be. Anytime I approach a difficult looking hole, I try to, go straight at it. Probably one of the more difficult ones we played at, the wives and Austin and I went and played at Seago Golf Club, and you hit from the top of a ridge, and it's about 250 yards across a gorge, and there's a creek on the bottom to where the green is on an adjacent hill as it crests up. So if you shank it, you're never going to find it. And I just my approach was just fucking go straight at it. My wife and Austin's fiance kind of laid up and then shot over it, but Austin and I both just shot right at it. I mean, I haven't played any kind of like really like championship courses or any like huge, crazy courses like that where you have like awesomely difficult shots or anything like yet. Hopefully in the future, but
well, you said your first full year of golf. What shot you actually get nervous over, like that you don't want to hit, like that you don't want to have?
Okay.
Like Aaron said the day, like a 4-foot par putt downhill that's going to be fast, or like over water, or having to go around like what is to you the scariest shot you have to hit?
I seem to get here's a perfect example. I seem to get the yips anytime I'm teeing off right in front of a body of water.
Mm-hmm.
One that comes to mind is the 9th hole on Valley at Beekman, right? You have that pond right, and when I played there with Austin, I hit 3 balls directly into the water, and I had played pretty well all day. It was the last one, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, I should be able to do this. Why is this so difficult right now?" And I had the yips about it, and I just couldn't make anything good happen. I lost like 4 balls before I finally got one over.
You are not alone in the water, that small pond, 6 yards in front of the tee box, that like gets in your head when you had a driver in your hand and you can obviously carry the ball well over. I mean, the pond isn't even in play when you actually hit your.
No, he's talking about a par 3.
It's a par 3. So
it's par 3.
But it's long. It's a long.
Oh yeah, it's the one. Oh, I know which one. It's the one coming back right at the clubhouse there.
Right.
With a cart harness. Yeah.
And for the distance, like it's easily a 7-iron, because I use the same iron when I'm on number 3 at College Hill, which is a nice little par 3, 175 yards. I put it on the green, no problem. Like, this should not be an issue, but for some reason there's a pond 15 feet in front of me, and I'm like, let's just hit it into the water.
Oh yeah, well, par 3s, the first 2 yards of every pond on a par 3, you're gonna find like 10 million golf balls, because more people top. I mean, we've all seen it. Like, how many thousands of balls have you seen go into pond, Cheech? Like,
oh yeah,
never had a chance. Didn't just come up short. I mean, never had a chance. Like, Line
chance.
drive, donk, big old chunk. Just that water right there off the tee box definitely gets in most people's heads. And even when you get comfortable and you get a little bit better, in the back of your mind, you remember all 100 that you topped into the water on those holes, and that fear like never totally goes away. I think
it's the ghost of those balls coming back to haunt you.
It is the ghost of those balls. My suggestion for the water there is to figure out, instead of figuring out the yardage for the hole, figure out the yardage to carry, and then think about how much easier you know what I mean? Like if let's say it's a 175-yard hole and it's only $150 to carry the water or something like that, just think about, okay, I'm hitting my 7-iron. I could barely swing it and it will carry 150, and you will slow down your swing and be more in control because you're not thinking about hitting it the entire distance. You're thinking about just carrying it to the edge of the water. And so you're going to go a whole, your whole club further than what you need to carry, or maybe probably 2 clubs sometimes. And so you change the shot. It's like if you were standing over a 100-yard shot and you had a 9-iron in your hand, like, I don't need to swing this 9-iron at all to hit this thing 100 yards. And it's just that thought, change the thought process when you're to get the water out of your head. That's my best suggestion for that. I don't know. Cheech, I know you never hit the ball in the water. So what's your scariest?
Oh, well, my ideal scariest shot is 18 a pebble. With the water all down the left, because I never hit the ball left. And I know if I ever get to play there that I'll get to that hole. I could be hitting my driver down the middle all day. And when am I going to hit the ball left? On that fucking hole, because it's just going to be in my head. But my actual shot that scares the hell out of me is like a 50-yarder over a bunker approach shot from out of the rough. Over the last year and a half, since the rest of my golf game came around, that is just escaped me. I can't do it anymore. Just come up short in the bunker or skull one, or it's just, that's the shot that gets me now. It's one of those things that like I just have a mental block over now.
I've
tried everything from just.
It's the same thing that Jerome was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I've tried just going up and rushing it, like just get up and just swing, just don't think about it, or like stand over and be like, all right, head down, all arms, no wrist, do this, do that, and then just get over like, all right, I got this, and just stop my swing halfway through and just be like, it bunker. So that to me, that's my scary shot on the golf course.
Yeah, you guys make really good points about the and like really good players talk about sight lines all the time and how that helps them on different courses, on different holes. So if they have a good sight line where they could pick out a good target in the distance, they could set up their draw or set up their cut off the tee, or they can approach the green properly if they have, the tower or whatever's on the left-hand side of the green and everything funnels right, whatever, like they find these sight lines. And it's the same for us. Like the only reason why you're worried about the pond is because you see the biggest thing in the picture right there in front of you. You know what I mean? In your brain. And the same thing with you, Cheech. Like the only reason why you are nervous standing over that 50-yarder is because there's a bunker there. If there was nothing there, if that ball was if that bunker was gone and it was just grass, you just play it up onto the green because you're worried about the penalty. You're worried about the punishment of making a bad shot. You're worried about the stroke in the water, or how am I going to get this? How am I going to be able to get this shot out of the bunker now? Or God forbid, I skull it all the way through.
It's not actually having to hit out of the bunker. Hitting out of the bunker is fine. It's more of the, all right, I can put this on, have a par putt, get out of here with, at the least a par or a bogey, if I 2-putt. But then it becomes, all right, you're in the bunker. Now you have to hit out. You have to make it for a par, and then you doubles creeping in, triples creeping in. That when it all runs downhill, that's what happens. And people don't think that I mean, we don't mentally, like, I know the pros are very mental about their game. We don't take it. We drink, we have fun when we play. We don't take it as seriously as those guys do. Because could you imagine being a pro and having to think about every little thing like that?
No.
No. I mean, it'd be
Aaron's a
ourselves
nurse.
in that pond.
He doesn't think about anything when he's working.
I mean, I really don't. I mean, let's be honest. I probably think more about golf at work than I do actual work.
We're very proud of you for that.
Thank you all for paying your taxes. My scary shot is not like, I don't care about the water or the fucking sand. Doesn't matter what it is. The first hole, the first tee shot is the literal worst shot for me on almost every round. I cannot, for the life of me, get off the first tee on most days. Like just absolute dog shit off the first tee. And then I could go the rest of the round and hit every fairway and never even think about it. Just literally bend down, pick up my tee right after I make contact. But if I go back to the first hole, it's a 6 every time because I'm playing 2 from 75 yards away from this stupid fucking tee box. Drives me nuts.
You know, that used to be a huge
around?
problem.
That's a big problem for you too, or no?
It used to
Okay.
be up until I'd say April or May this year. That was probably the scariest thing for me was the tee box, the first hole. Like I'd just get the yips and like fuck it up. I don't know what I started doing differently. Maybe it's because I finally figured out my driver and I have confidence in it now that I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go and take the same swing. I keep swinging. Like I haven't played in a couple weeks. Went out today, the first tee, bang. Just what I've been doing.
Now, Aaron, is that because there's people there, or is it like at a course that like no one's near the first tee box? Is like it's just the first tee anywhere you go, no matter.
This is the first tee anywhere I go.
People.
Yeah, I could go to the range for an hour. I could come straight out of the car and put my shoes on and go walk right up to the tee. Just like you're talking about when you see that 50-yarder's coming and there's the bunker there and all you're doing is thinking about it driving up and all you're doing is trying not to think about it driving up and all you're thinking about doing is, either remember every single thing you've ever thought about your swing or remember nothing and just swing at it. I've done all the things like everything you guys have said about how you try to approach the scary shot for you. I've done all that on the first tee. And then for whatever reason, I don't have any control over the ball coming off the first tee. But for the second hole, if I could just pick my ball up and walk to hole 2, and if I started on a shotgun start and started on hole 2, I think I would do fine. I literally, this is something that's happened to me over the last like 2 years when I started to play a lot more. I started to memorize things. Like I started to become, it's like a weird thing where I can remember every single hole and exactly where I hit the ball. No matter how many, if I played the course like twice, I'll remember every single hole and every single shot I've ever hit on the course. Just stays with me as soon as I stand up on the hole. When I go to the course, I'm driving to the course, sometimes 40 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, but I'm literally just thinking about the first tee shot. That's the only thing on my mind. I cannot get that out of my head. And I think that's like the biggest problem. I don't know how to not think about my shots. Like I'll go to bed the night before if I know I'm playing around. I know I'm playing on Tuesday. Monday night, I'll be thinking about Charleston National 1, and I'll be thinking about if I need to, I can't. It's no cut. You can't cut the ball there because the tree line on the left is too tight, and you can't draw it because if you draw it, you hit it too far and it goes into the shit up there where the fairway gets narrow. And if I hit a 3-wood, I'm gonna hit it like crap. If I hit an iron off the tee, it's not gonna be far enough. It's a 395 yard par 4.
So you should get up there, hit whatever club you're confident in, even if it's a freaking pitching wedge. Just get yourself in the middle and then worry about it.
I mean, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
that's another way of looking at it.
That's what I do. Most like especially
Amazing.
New places where I go, I do not take a driver off the tee.
Just
Aaron,
get up there.
You played enough golf for me to know that my driver could be all over. My 3-wood's always down the middle. New course, get up, just hit what you're good at.
Dude, get up there and take a full swing with your putter. Just like
yeah.
Could you imagine the look at everybody else's faces? Like, okay, it might go 75, 100 yards, but I mean, that's probably better than your driver when you get the yips on the first tee, right?
100%.
It's better than losing
Plus,
the ball.
Everybody else is like, man, this guy's got a huge dick. It's so dick. His dick might have another dick. That's how big this man's dick is. Yeah. It has its own heartbeat.
His own zip code.
I'm not hitting putter off the first tee, but I appreciate the suggestions. But it does make sense. I mean, it makes sense to hit a club that you really like. I've tried that before too. I've tried to hit my hybrid and thinking like if I can just hit my hybrid like 210 or something like that, I'll have like another.
Don't even like get up there. Just get up there with a 7 iron. What do you hit your 7? 150, 160 yards?
Yeah, 160 something.
So it leaves you a 3-wood in.
I know. God, I'm not doing it.
That's all you got to do. You're doing it to yourself.
I am doing it to myself.
One thing I learned when I started shooting in the 70s more often than not was stuff like that. Was getting to, especially course I play all the time, like my home course, like getting up to a par 5. That's a dogleg right, knowing that like I'm going to blow the drive. I can hit my driver right down the middle on hole 1, hole 2. I'm putting it in the woods. So what I do, I get up there in my 3-wood, I'm short, but you know what? It's a 3-shot hole anyway. You just get up there and you hit what's going to stay in play, and you're not going to lose golf balls. That's how you have to start thinking about, you have to plot yourself around the course.
It's a great tip.
As there's people like Jay who can go overpower most places he plays. He does that all the time. When I see him do that all the time. Like, yes, Jay does think about his shots, but more often than not, Jay can outpower his mistakes. And there's a lot of people that can't. I can't do that.
I can't.
I'd love to, but I can't. No. So like, if you're confident, like hitting a 5-wood, 5-iron, a 5-wood, a 7-iron off the first tee, as long as it's the fairway iron, think of it this way: you're not hitting 3 off the tee or 3 from the fairway or where it goes out. You're hitting 2, and you're taking a shot with your hybrid that you hit. You say you hit your hybrid well, right?
I do. Yeah.
So go 7-iron, 6-iron, and then hit your hybrid, chip on, 2-putt, get out of there with a bogey or a par, and move on and get it out of your head.
He's not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. This is great advice. Will I take it?
No, absolutely not.
No. Next week, I'll tell you guys about how I did on hole 1. I won't tell you my score. I'll just tell you how I did on hole 1.
Next time I play golf with you, if you grab a driver on the first hole, I'm going to fucking tackle you. Simple as fucking that.
It's probably true. He probably should. I didn't play golf this week, so I don't know. Did anybody? Jerome, you tried.
I played 9 holes at Apple Greens. It was torrential downpour and 40 something degrees. It was my most miserable round of golf I've ever played, and not because I wasn't playing well. I had some good shots, but I've never played in the rain like that. So I was like, we were both like, do we play 9? And I was like, yeah, it'll be good learning. Just shanking one of them because the club slipped out of my hands.
That's a good lesson.
Expecting it to be rain gloves, baby.
I was like, okay, this is going to be a lot more difficult. Like a lot of my, when I was using my irons, I had to club up because there was so much rain. It was weighing down the ball when I hit it. So I'd have to club up in order to get the distances that I wanted. I learned how to bump and run today, which was
nice,
which was fun.
Good skill.
What club did you do it with?
I used my 8-iron most of the time.
Nice. That's what I use. I use the 8-iron.
And despite having a truly terrible day, I birdied the last hole.
Beautiful.
Because I hit the driver really well, put it in a good place. Hit it with my 8-iron. It popped up right over, rolled within 3 of the pin, and boom, that was it. And I was like, okay, you try and take good things out of a round. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you have a good time. I was hoping to play 18 and break 90 today. I was just hyping myself up, but sometimes the weather won't allow you to do that. So you just roll with it.
You'll get there, man. You're going to get there this winter. I feel it.
You will.
Well, we have Austin and I have a Veterans Day tournament at Stony Ford on Veterans Day. So
you got to do it on Veterans Day. Come on now.
It's destiny.
Come on.
It's stroke play, not scramble?
It's stroke play.
All right, dude, you could absolutely shoot under 90 at that place. So that course, if you find fairways at that course is very, very gettable.
I played really well there with Jay in the last tournament, so I'm hoping to have another good day. So,
did you play any golf?
Yeah, I played Friday and I played Saturday. Played Friday with Chef and Lynham and
that's right. Yep.
And Mike's cousin Nick. So Nick had the 2 best shots of the day. I ended up shooting 78. I played really well. Funky little course down in Mamaroneck, private course, very short, like just over 6,000 yards.
Okay.
But a lot of like dogleg rights where you literally have to hit the ball. Like you can go for the green. It's like 260 away, but you're hitting 70 feet above your head to get to the green. Like it was one of those, like, it was just kind of cool, like a little quirky shots. So Mike's cousin, Nick, who was a college baseball player, big kid, got, lots of muscles that we don't have. Hits a 9-iron on a 175-yard par 3, sticks it to about 3 feet. His head from his 9-iron went almost as far as the golf ball.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was like I was actually texting with you when you were like taking video.
You're like, damn it!
I hear this weird noise and look up, and I'm like, I see him walking down the fairway. I'm looking at Mike. What else is he doing? He's like, dude, his 9-iron head went that way. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's awesome.
So he hits the ball, like he literally hits the ball 350 off the tee. Like he smashes the ball off the tee. So we get to a par 5 now. he got me by about 50 yards. So my second shot, I put my second shot, my 3-wood on the green. I was all, stoked about it. So he doesn't have a 9-iron now. So we find his ball. He's got to hit an 8-iron. Blows his 8-iron over the green. Like, all right. He gets over to chip up. Aaron, I'll tell you this. If he did not hit the stick and the ball hit the stick and drop right in the hole, it would have been back where his drive was. He did that for an eagle. It was freaking unbelievable.
That's so cool.
It was one of those like the flags doing this, and the ball went right in the
Right
bottom
down.
of the cup. We're like, are you kidding me? Like you had to be shitting me. But and then I played Baird yesterday and shot 79. So played well this weekend.
That's awesome.
The club's working. Yeah, so it was good. I mean, when I don't play for like sometimes you play too much golf where you just get too lazy with your swing and everything like that. So I didn't play for a week and a half, and that's why I shot well. Driver was working because usually the driver's like, yeah, one day is good, one day's not. Worked good both days, so everything was going good. So
that's good
nice
stuff, man. That's good stuff. All right. Well, Jay didn't show up for the episode, so Jerome, take us home. Tell them what they got to do.
Thank you so much for listening today, guys. Please, please, please tell your friends, order a hat, represent, give me that take, hit share it with your friends, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell in the corner so you get notifications when we're posting. Don't think about it. Do it.
I know. Fly Eagles fly, JETS. Oh, yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here.
That's right.